Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of Your Next Level Mastermind. This is episode number 77. We're chasing 100, and I hope we can get there, okay? The topic for today is relationship building tips. And you've got some really clever, very experienced, and genuinely warm-hearted people to share some ideas with you that really work. And I'm hoping that you not just listen to what they have to say, but you check out the links that they leave here and get in contact with these people because they are good at what they do. They're sharing with you a little bit about what they're all about, but then more importantly, how to go about building relationships. Because if you can't do that and you're in business, then your business is not going to go anywhere. So please make sure you reach out to each and every one of these people. And I say this every week, but I'm going to say it again. You don't know who you don't know. You don't know who these people know. So never make an assumption, ever, okay, about that. All right, so with that in mind, let's start the little introductions to each people. We'll start with you, Carol, followed by John Allen.
My name is Carol Davies. I'm a passion motivator. My company is the Passion Motivator Coaching, and I'm in Canada, and I like to help people with relaxation techniques and to develop assertiveness skills and positive. Busy women entrepreneurs get out of stress and overwhelm and my roadmap or plan to develop the life of their dreams and still have a positive business and just in fun in living both personal life and the professional life. So I am looking for women who feel like maybe they've come to they really don't know how to go forward. They're tired and they don't want to feel like this anymore. Get in touch with me, and my details will be in the comments.
John Allen, followed by Yvonne Jones.
Hi, everyone. I'm John Allen of Allen Small Business Coaching. I specialize in helping small business entrepreneurs dealing with these three problems. And the three problems I start out by asking these three questions. Is your marketing message and written marketing materials getting the attention of your prospective clients and powerfully communicating your values? Are you struggling with getting in front of your ideal prospective clients and even those who can refer you to other prospective clients? And when do you meet with prospective clients? And are you only converting a small percentage of them into good paying clients? Basically, those three questions will really help your business. Who do I serve? Small business entrepreneurs that are struggling with those three challenges. This week, if you know any small business entrepreneurs that are suffering, please send them my way. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you very much, John. Yvonne Jones, followed by Malcolm Watson.
Good morning, everyone. I am Yvonne A. Jones of 50andwisercoaching.com, as well as the 50 and Wiser community, the founder of the 50 and Wiser community on Facebook. I am located in Central Florida, and I am your customer relations specialist, your trusted guide and mentor in building memorable customer experiences. I specialize in working with mature female online entrepreneurs who want to grow a sustainable, lucrative, and enjoyable business from wherever they are in the world. Now, many of these women have three major issues. I am one of them, so I know. One is to get out of their head the limiting beliefs that we have put on ourselves. A lot of them are age-related. There's a lot of ageism in the workforce. And at times we take this mindset even in our business online. So it's first of all to help them get out of their head, get rid of the limiting beliefs that are holding them back. Then help them to build their courage and confidence so that they can build these strong relationships with clients, attract them to their business, and then help them to grow their business by creating memorable moments. So it's all about the relationships. And that's my mantra. When you focus on relationships, the money will follow. I am Yvonne A. Jones. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. That was very formal, Yvonne. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, Malcolm, welcome to your first session with us, followed by Monica. Malcolm Watson, welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. I'm a bit of an interloper because I'm not currently with a business or whatever. I have been. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself so you know. And if it interests you, we can talk more. If it doesn't interest you, you can switch off. So my background, like Peter, is in education. I then went, after 20 years in education, I went into corporate, working for a large pharmaceutical company, and then working for one of the big high street banks in the UK. 25 years ago, I set up my own training and development business, and I did that for almost 20 years. And then I went into, alongside that, I went into network marketing, and I've been doing that for quite a while. But now I just actually help people invest, help people develop in their own ways. And my mantra, if I can use Yvonne's word, is actually to just spread positivity. And that's what I try and do through all my posts, through all my lives, and any interaction I do with people. Malcolm Watson.
Thank you, Malcolm. And you certainly do a great job at that. Well done. Monica Periade, followed by Jeff Veale.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. My name is Monica Periade, and I'm located in Romania at the moment. I founded a concept called Coaching Lives. And the three biggest, I have a background in business management. I have 30 years of experience in business management. And for the past 8 years and so, I shift to coaching. Three things that I help people with. I help people who can't get to their next level in their career, people who are afraid to create changes and take decisions, people who are uncomfortable talking to other people, and also remarkable women that are in jobs or relations they resent or simply not enjoying. And everything have at the base self-trust, self-esteem, self-love, and self-confidence. This week, I'm only looking to connect to anyone who wants to talk and gain some clarity with how they want to go with their next best decision. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much, Monica. Jeff Veale, followed by Joy Healy. Over to you, Jeffrey.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jeff Veale, the business guru, and I'm based in Manila in the Philippines with a team. The problems we solve for people, one of them is this one, guys. Time is money. Time is money. We've got a team of virtual assistants here and experts in the digital marketing world that can save you both time and money. Why do it yourself? If you don't know how to do it, reach out and get some people who do know how to do it and focus on what you do best. Who do we serve? We serve people all over the world, English-speaking countries, and we show them how to develop their business and grow their business. This week, we're looking for anyone who'd like to invest $100, and that $100 over 10 days, we'll get them 1,000 potential clients by reaching out to Facebook groups with our amazing software that we have. And normally $295 just to set it up. My partner will set it up for you totally free. Thanks, guys.
Wow, Jeffrey, that's a pretty good deal. Could you make sure you put that in the chat, how they can contact you for that? All right, thank you very much. Joy Healy, followed by Fred Gillen.
I'm Joy Healy from Norwich in the United Kingdom. I help people 55 and over who didn't plan for a good retirement income, so are interested in making an extra $500 or more online, full-time or part-time. The three problems people wanting to start a retirement business often have are lack of technical expertise, lack of time, and lack of money. I can help solve these three problems for many with the newly updated academy training that I've been following since Christmas, which aims to turn failed opportunity seekers into fully trained affiliate marketers. This week, I'm looking for shy or overwhelmed marketers who don't want or haven't got time to jump on one-to-one calls to make sales. Thanks very much, Peter.
Thank you very much, Joy. Fred Gillen, over to you, my man.
Thanks, Peter. Hi, everyone. I'm Fred Gillen. I run a digital agency from my home office in Melbourne, Australia, and I help small business owners with their online strategies. And we run strategy sessions, and they start at $20.22 because the year is 2022. And I also help not-for-profits get their message out there by using the $10,000 a month Google grant that's available for not-for-profits. The three things that I solve are that I help businesses get more leads. I help them convert those leads into sales. And more importantly, I help them retain those clients for ongoing incomes. And I also run a networking group which connects those businesses with other businesses so they can grow and get their networks working as well. So that's me, Fred Gillen, More Marketing Ideas.
Thank you very much, Fred. Okay, let me stop sharing. Now, before we get on to the topic, I've just got some apologies here from Pat Dreyer, who always is supportive of us, but right now I can't make it today. Campbell Scott, one of our newest members, really wanted to be here, but he couldn't make it. He asked me to put his apologies in. Tom Petty, Penny Kennedy, I don't know where Penny is now, but she's having a holiday all over the darn world. God bless her, right? And Anthony Pacelli is still moving house. These are people who always support us and they couldn't make it, and I hope they'll make it next week. So our topic for today, right, is relationship building tips. And what I'll do is I'll ask you to raise your hand, and I'll take you in the order that raises your hand. But before you do that, I want to share something that may get your head thinking a bit when it comes to relationship building tips, okay? And there's two things. One is something I failed at badly, and it was about 1 hour ago. And the other thing is something I think you might find valuable. And with Monica's approval, I'm going to share something. We were on a session together, Monica and I, about an hour ago, right? Hour and a half, what it was.
Yes.
And to cut a long story short, I was listening to what Monica was saying, and she mentioned something that triggered something in my head, right? I thought, yes, this is what Monica can do. But as soon as I started thinking it out, I'd switched off 100% listening to what she was saying. I was hearing the words, but I was thinking something else. And we are all guilty of doing this, right? But you know what? God bless your heart. Monica said, Peter, you're not listening to me, right? And she was dead right. She was dead right. And I wanted to share this because it is really difficult to be an active listener. We fool ourselves sometimes. And if you're not an active listener, then your chances of building a relationship are really very slim, all right? The other thing is this. Look for nuances when you're listening, okay? It's not just active listening, but I'll give you an example. It's the way that people say something. Just take one word, really, right? Now, if someone said, really, that's got a feeling of they don't really believe you, right? Because it's the way they said it. If they said, really, it's what? It's excitement, right? If they say, really, that means, wow, I'm interested. So there's three different ways to say the same word that send messages to us. But if we're not listening 100%, we're going to miss them. And if we miss those messages, we don't ask the right questions. And if we don't ask the right questions, we're not going to build a relationship. That's what I thought I'd share with you because it's important. And it's one of the most difficult skills there is to listen actively because it takes a lot of energy to do it. It really does take a lot of energy. And it's easy to fool yourself. Okay, now look for the hands up. Right, John Allen, I've done my bit for the evening. Over to you.
I've been guilty of what Peter said. And the one lesson I've been having a challenge learning and been working on for many years is the good Lord gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. I a lot of times had that confused. I basically had 2 mouths and 1 ear. So, you know, the biggest thing for relationship building, like Peter says, is you have to listen to what the people are saying. You know, listen and attentively listen, so you hear what they're actually saying. You know, that's the biggest thing that I get out of it is, and then the other thing is, it's not only your listening, it's the words you say. That's a small percentage, but it's your body actions, your facial expressions, your nonverbal is bigger communication a lot of times than your actual verbal communications. So the biggest message I've got to give everybody is you got to have the active listening, but also make sure that your verbal and your nonverbal communications are listening as well. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you very much, John. Nice to see you, Patrick, wherever in the heck you are on that bike of yours. Good to see you join us. I'll come back to you in a moment. Fred, over to you, my man.
Yeah, thanks, Peter. I think one of the big things I've learned in 43 years of marriage is relationships are based around 2 words, and it's yes, dear. But when I want to talk about business, I mean, one of the things I found out in relationships of business is it's all about what you can do for other people. It's not necessarily what they can do for you. So if you could support other people, then karma will be the driver behind it all, and it will make things happen in your world. And you know, what's happened to me in the last 7 or 8 months, a lot of you are aware, is amazing, and it's all due to karma. You know, what you deliver out comes back tenfold, and that certainly happened in the last 8 months for me. And I can only appreciate that based on the relationships we built with quite a number of people. So if you listen to people and help them get what they want, then you will eventually get what you want.
Well done, Fred. And you are a giver. Well done. Thank you very much for sharing. Yvonne.
Thank you, Peter. You know, it's funny, you started out with the importance of listening. And if you could see my screen, looking for relationship building tips, I just went back to my blog because I have spent so much time writing on my 2 websites about the importance of building relationships. And the first one I had pulled up was build better business relationships through effective listening. We all know that any kind of relationship takes time to build for it to become a true relationship, whether it's personal, platonic relationships, or business relationships. And since most of us are in business, focus on business relationships here. And a couple of points in this particular article. First thing was communication is the lifeblood of every relationship. When we know that to be true, just like Fred said, in a marital situation, there are certain things you get to know and then you communicate that way. And one of my subheadings was effective listening is one of the most important communication skills. And I love this quote that I had incorporated here from George Bernard Shaw. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. So communication, I could go on and on about listening, the importance of listening, but there are other tips too, like building those online relationships, as Fred also mentioned about, because I have a lot about in online networking groups. Offline, I was a huge offline networker before COVID and before moving to a new area of Florida. But even online, we have a lot of opportunities to build relationships. So it's finding out where the people are that we're likely to connect with. And we don't have to go with an preconceived idea that we're looking for customers, we're looking for clients. We just want to go to build relationships and see where things go from there. Because remember, relationships can be at different levels. It can be people who could become potential partners. They could be influencers that normally we would not have access to. They could be our peers where we can create accountability partnerships. They can be mentors. So there's so many levels to relationships in business. And of course, we have our clients and our customers. And it takes time to get to know where we fall, how we can attract them. Provide content, provide value for our customers is one thing that I believe all of us do. When we provide value, and a lot of it is going to be free. We're not giving away our business, but we should allow them to get to know us, what we stand for, what our core values are, what we teach, so that when they're ready, they know that we can provide them with the assistance that they need. So those are just a few of my tips.
I have the impression that you could spend another hour on this topic, Yvonne, right?
I could.
Thank you for sharing.
Good morning.
Hello,
You hear
Patrick.
me?
Yes,
Hi, Pat.
nice to
Good
see
morning.
you. Where are you, Patrick?
I'm in Minnesota. That's coming out of Albine.
Right. Well, for those people watching, and for you, Malcolm, because it's your first time here, Patrick's on a push bike, traveling all over the United States. Excuse me. That's why I asked
Well
you.
done, Patrick. Good to see you.
And he makes the effort
Good
to
to
come
see
on.
you all.
Yeah. So good to see you, Patrick. I'll come back to
I
you.
didn't know if this was going to work or not, so I'm on my cell phone right now. But it is working. This is too cool.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to you in a minute, okay? Hang in there. Don't ride anywhere.
Okay.
All right. Joy, over to you.
Right, well, what I have started learning is not to waste time worrying about who doesn't like me. I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but there are plenty of other people who hopefully will like me and I'll be able to connect with. So one of my tips is stick to your own peer group. Another thing is, which doesn't need to be said here, but tell the truth about yourself. It saves time and you don't need such a good memory. If it's on Facebook, I don't like to say this after what Fred said, but if it's on Facebook, don't call me dear. And don't ask me what the weather's like, and don't ask me where I live because it's on my profile. Also, look back at what we've said in previous conversations. Don't just restart the same script all over again. And those are my tips, mostly for online business.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you very much indeed. Well said. Well said. Ashwin, nice to see you, by the way. Nice to come. I'll come back to you in a moment, all right?
Thank you.
But Patrick, I'm going to get you on now because I'm not sure how long we can hold you because of your situation. So you can do two things here. A little bit about what you do, because you missed that opportunity. And then secondly, our topic is relationship building tips.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Patrick. I'm on a epic bike ride from Beckenham, Washington to Bar Harbor, Maine. I'm about halfway there now. I'll be in Minnesota, St. Paul, probably tomorrow sometime. And what I do is I work for My Daily Choice. It's the house of brands. And they have epic, outstanding products. You can't beat them. I use my relief cream every day on my knees, my shoulders, my hands after I get done riding and in the morning before I take off. What I'm looking for is somebody who wants to join my team and have fun. And for the topic of the day is what was that again?
Relationship building.
Relationships. You want to build a great communication and relationships with people you come across. And I've came across so many cool people on my bike ride, and now they're following me on my Facebook page, and we built a good rapport, good relationships, because they just are amazed what I'm doing. And people call me, they call me an animal, they call me a lot of cool names. I never thought, but you just got to build a very important relationship. No matter if you're riding a bicycle, if you just go into a store, meeting people, you just want to take it easy and build a relationship. Thanks, Peter.
Patrick, one of the things you are good at in relationships is making people smile.
That's right.
Okay.
Like I always say, your smile is your profile.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Patrick. Thank you. Malcolm, what about you, my man? What are your thoughts about relationship building tips?
Thanks, Peter. It's great listening to everybody because I'm learning so much. So thank you very much indeed. I am a newbie in all these things. So what I say is for you to understand where I'm coming from. I think one of the really important things is that you need to remember that most people listen to interrupt. They don't listen to listen. They listen to interrupt. They think what they're going to say next. They don't always think what you're saying. And as Peter said, active listening is participating in that person talking. So you're actually nodding, you're saying, have I got that right? Are you saying this? You're not saying, yeah, that's a very good point, but do you know what I do? Or that's really interesting, but actually you want to hear about me. No, they don't. No one gives a stuff about you. They want to know if you can be of use to them. So I've said to Peter before, many of you may know Fraser Brooks, but one of the things I always take from him is make strangers into friends and friends into family. Now that takes time. That takes time. And nothing happens quickly. As Joy said, I don't like it. People call me dear. And I often write back and say, do you know who you're talking to? And people will say, they don't even know what sex I am. And I think I know what sex I am, so I try and tell them. But at any rate, the main thing is people are so quick to say, hey, how are you? It's great to meet you. Do you know about crypto? Do you know about Forex? They're the worst people in the world. I hope I'm not offending anyone because I've been involved in those things. But I've had 2 instances in the last 2 days where they've sent me invites and I said, oh yeah, tell me a bit about yourself. And one bloke actually said to me, will you do me a video and I'll tell you what to say? And I told him, and the first word began with F and the last word finished with F. And I just said, have you ever heard about relationships, building relationships? And it was like a foreign language to him. So what I do is there are like 4 things I always think about when I'm getting to know people. And I don't get to know everyone because some people, they just want to go straight to the heart of the matter, don't they? So where did you come from? You know, where are you? Are you in America, England, wherever you are? What do you do for a living? What do you do for fun? And what are your dreams and ambitions? And from that, you get a great deal because you can then most likely say, hey, I'm the same as you. I used to do this or I do that or whatever. So like everyone's saying, it takes time. And sometimes the best relationships are the ones that take the longest to build. So that's my starter.
That was excellent. And those 4 simple questions are very powerful. Very powerful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. Ashwin, you didn't have the chance to promote what you did before. So how about we come to you? And at the same time, then you can share your thoughts about relationship tips as well. Okay.
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing good. My name is Afshin Noohi. I am in Richmond Hill, Ontario, Canada, and I help small businesses with their marketing, specifically lead generation, cash flows, search, follow-up systems. And right now I'm focusing on chiropractors who are in business for 5 years and more, and they are making 450,000 and higher. Yeah, that's who I'm helping right now. And shall I go to the topic of relationship?
Yes, please.
Well, I find out that actually I get lots of referrals. I'm also a real estate.
Good morning.
Real estate. Hello?
It's okay.
I
Patrick
also
is
work
right.
in real estate also, and I get lots of referrals. I learned building relationship is a solid foundation of any business, I think. And one way to increase that is to know their birthdays. I send them a birthday card with a gift. And actually during COVID, what I did, I got a cake and I went and met them at their house. So you do certain things differently than other people doing. And that helps you to promote yourself.
Thank you, Ashwin.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Excellent. Jeff Veale, your thoughts about relationship building tips.
Sorry, Peter.
Patrick, if you hear us, please mute yourself, please.
Okay, what do we-
Patrick, did you hear what Monica's instructions were?
you can mute him from your end, Peter, somehow.
I don't know how to do that. I got a little mute button. But
There he is. Hello, Patrick.
Patrick.
You have to learn that.
No, he's done the right thing.
He's muted.
That's better.
He's muted.
We're away. Guys, it's a very interesting. Joy summed it up fairly well early when she said, basically, what's happened to my video? One sec. Bring my video back. Here I am. I'm back. I didn't leave. Guys, yeah, Joy summed it up pretty well. She said, you can't please everybody. I learned long ago, you can please yourself. You know, if you want to please everyone, go and buy an ice cream shop. You might make most people happy. All right. Don't try and please everyone. Do please yourself, but do the right thing by your clients and do your very best. Basically, it's about, as far as I'm concerned, it's about a lot of things about empathy, right? You could sum this all up in a few words, guys. Empathy's the main one. And the other one was common sense. I mean, treat people the way you want to be treated. Wouldn't that make a lot of sense, right? So what we try to do, we identify how we can provide additional value to our clients, right? We try and have excellent customer service. We don't have competitors. We partner with other businesses and we make them and ourselves money because they've got skill sets I don't have. So we can share those skill sets with our clients, with our mutual clients, and be a benefit to everybody, right? Build trust, establish credibility, right? Focus on relational value, not transactional value. And treat people like friends and family and put your customer first, right? They're the important things that we find. I get clients, guys, that join me on a miserable $500 a month, right? I don't tell them, my intent is within 12 months to get them on $10,000 a month. That's my intent, because by that time, I'm helping them break the $1 million barrier. That's my goal, is to build these people up slowly but surely and give them the confidence and the skill set that they deserve and they probably have. So we're there as a partner in their success. So that's my thoughts for the day, guys. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you very much indeed. Carol Davies, what about you? Relationship building tips from Carol Davies.
She put in the chat that her microphone is not working, Peter.
Oh, Carol, okay, my apologies. Okay, I should have checked the chat, sorry.
That's okay. We're here to support you.
Thank you, Yvonne. I appreciate that. I need all the support I can get sometimes.
We have Yogesh just come on the scene. He might be our next man.
No, I'm going to leave Yogesh for a moment, but you just hang in there, right? Because I want to get Monica on there because I don't know how much time she's got left. So Monica, your thoughts about relationship building tips.
Someone today told me I can connect with people instantly. So I think connecting, reaching out, connecting, and before offering anything or before taking any action, I think it's the most valid thing you can do in building your business and building a network. So I think just looking to be present and in your way to connect. I think this is, and not being afraid to show up. That's also important. Not being afraid to reach out. Not being afraid of anything. at this moment, I don't know what really I can say about networking. The way I build connection, I just reach out and I authentically put myself out there. I connect to people. I try as much as I can to apply the active listening when I'm not in session. So, which I don't find it always easy. So, and in my defense and in your defense, Peter, I think we tend to interrupt sometimes, not simply because we want to, not always because we want to show how big we are or what we know, but also because we want to serve and we want to give the information. It's exactly what happened today between with me and you. You know, you are trying to help me, to serve me and to do the best for me. And I was trying to show you the weakness that I had. And that's why I said, Peter, but you don't listen to me. So I think being authentic, it's a way to go when you do a network. And I think you are doing a really wonderful, really great job. I get inspired. And I'm lucky to be here, and I'm lucky to be part of this network. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. And I must admit, I was told off in the most incredibly enchanting way because she did it with real style, but she meant every damn word of it too. So she's good at what she does. Yogesh, over to you, my man. Relationship building tips from Yogesh Kapoor.
Hi, everyone. I think building relationships is one of my weaknesses. I'm not very good with following up. Jeff can agree to that. He's messaged me many times, but I never follow up with him. But the one tip I can think of is always go the extra mile. Like many of us, we wish somebody happy birthday on Facebook or a prospect or someone, but, you know, personally send them like a GIF wishing them happy birthday, or send them a song or something, because they'll remember that. They won't just remember the 100 comments where everybody's wishing happy birthday or congratulating them, but personally sending them a voice note or a birthday cake photo, something like how Peter does. After every Zoom call, Peter always sends a voice note to each and every one of us. And before the meeting, he sends a voice note to each and every one of us. So it's going that extra mile. That's what I believe really builds the relationships.
Okay. Thank you very much, Yogesh. Anyone else have something to finish with? Because we're just about out of time, and I appreciate your contribution. Any other final thoughts about relationship building tips? Something
we'd like to hear, we'd always, as always, Peter, we'd like to hear yours. You're a guru at this. We'd like to hear your tips.
You got a couple of hours?
No, 5 minutes would be fine.
I already said one, and that is listening. It's so important to me.
I wasn't listening when you said it.
Okay, watch the replay. Secondly, okay, the other thing to me is, in terms of building relationships, is showing people that you understand. Actually showing them, getting them to accept the fact that you truly understand them. Okay, and that's not easy to do, because you've got to get their perception to be thinking, this guy really does understand me. He's not just listening to me, but he's understanding me. And if you can have people feeling that about you, that you are really understanding them, that's a huge jump you're going to make in terms of relationship building. How about that? There you go.
There's an old one, Peter, you know this one. Some of the people here might not. Try and spend a day in their moccasins. In other words, try and spend a day in their shoes to see how they feel.
Yeah, good point. Good point, Jeffrey. Well said. Yvonne.
I love what you just shared a moment ago, Peter. And I would just add is, and it has, Yogesh mentioned it, show people that you truly care about them as a person. Especially researchers all over. This is an old thing, nothing new, but it's amazing that researchers are now finding out that, especially since COVID, people seem to want more of personalized attention, so much so that huge corporations are now investing in departments and so forth to build that personalization and to build those relationships. Things before they thought, oh, I'm in business, you need my service, so you will always come to me. Now they're doing like what a lot of us as small business owners are doing, focusing on building those relationships. And for us, some very simple things can make a huge difference. They've made huge differences in my businesses over the years. From when I was in direct sales, even while I worked in corporate America, to have my biggest client who spent hundreds, if not thousands per year with me, just because of one simple thank you card that I sent her after she did a business with me the first time. And her husband, who was a CPA, I didn't know it at the time. She told me later, he said, this woman knows how to run a business, because he had his own firm. Just simple thank you card, and I got so many referrals from her. So it's doing personalized things. If we see our customers on social media, they mention something, whether it's an illness or death, if we have their a death of a relative or anything like that, if we have their address or seek to get their address, then send them a personalized card. If they're local to us, send a little gift. It can be a little flower. Go to the store and get a plant for them if they're a plant lover, if you know that. But get to know personalized things about them. For people who celebrate birthdays, get to know even their children's or their spouse's birthdays. So you can send, if you're doing birthdays, I like to do anniversaries of when they first purchased from me, first did business with me, or their wedding anniversaries, that kind of thing. But keeping it personal is so very important to build that emotional connection, because until we have that emotional connection with our customers, we really don't have a loyal customer.
Yvonne,
I just wanted to add that.
That is brilliant. That is so true. If there's no emotional connection, there isn't any relationship. And if there's no trust, there's no resonance, there's no respect. Well said. Well said. Patrick, you're back again.
Hey, hope you guys enjoyed that little ride. I've been passing these mile posts here on this trail. I've passed 5 of them so far. I think this got to do with the topic. The first mile post at the bottom, it said faith. Gotta have faith. The second mile post said respect. Respect others. The third one was honesty. Be honest with yourself and other people. And I forgot what the last 2 said. And oh yeah, the last one was be yourself. And I think they were pretty cool. I should have sat there and took pictures of each one of them, but they're a mile apart. I got to roll. I hope you guys enjoy my ride. Keep watching. More to come.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you.
Stay
Thank you very
safe,
much.
Patrick.
And thank you all.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you all for sharing your time and for your contributions to what I think is a really important topic. I hope you can join me again same time next week on the same link. In the meantime, best wishes from Thailand, and have a wonderful week ahead, all of you. Okay, cheers for now.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Peter.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.